Hey, I'm Yasmin. Welcome back to Relevant Resources. So today's topic is, it seems like I can't get a job. I need money fast. What can I do? All right, so if this is you, I have a few questions for you. My first question is, when you say it seems like you can't get a job, are you heavily applying? You can't apply to just one or two jobs and just hope for the best. You have to constantly apply. Constantly apply. A lot of people don't like Indeed.com. I personally have received several job offers based off of Indeed.com, and I've worked a lot of different jobs, and a lot of those jobs came from Indeed. So you're looking on Indeed.com. You can look on LinkedIn. Just use your resources. If you know friends, family that may have some connections in companies, don't be scared to ask them. Say, hey, I'm looking for a job. Is your company hiring? Especially if you have a good work ethic. Now, I will say, if you don't have a good work ethic, don't go around asking these people to put you on at their jobs, because I'm going to go ahead and let you know they don't want to. And I don't want to cause bad blood between nobody. But if you're not a good worker, people don't want to put their good name down for you to come work with them at their company. So I just want to throw that out there. Number two, do you have a resume? And if you have a resume, do you have a quality resume? I've been helping some people with their resumes, and one person sent their resume over to me, and I was like, "What?" um, just the name, the job title, nothing else. Like no dates, no education, no certification, no job duties. So if you do have a resume, what does your resume look like? Is your resume telling a story about your education, experience, and certifications? And lastly, you may have to take a gap stop job, which is just your temporary job until you can get a job that you really want, or a job that makes you gainfully employed. So one thing about here on my channel, I am transparent. In 2018, I graduated with a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. Because I just graduated, I still had to put in 3 years of work in order to become licensed. Well, because I was not licensed, I had a hard time even securing a supervisee position, meaning I have a master's in counseling and I have to be under supervision in order to get licensed. Well, I couldn't even get a supervisee position. So I had this master's degree. My bills were still coming. So what am I supposed to do? So in 2019, I started working with a temp agency. I wanted office work because, again, I'm college educated, but they didn't have college work available at that particular temp agency. And the other temp agencies didn't call me back. And of course, I needed money to pay my bills. So I took a temp job, and the temp job was at a factory. I absolutely hated it. I really met some cool people, but I'm not going to lie. That was one of the worst years of my life. And I'm not going to even lie, I really felt depressed. But I'll tell you, the crazy thing about that is that opened up my eyes to becoming self-employed. And it's also the reason why I started this channel. So that whole situation made me create my YouTube channel. I started blogging. Now it has created so many different opportunities for me where I partner with different companies and get paid monthly. And now I'm partnered with companies to recruit. And if you need any type of career services, they do that as well. I work with one company. They provide coaching. They write cover letters. They do resumes. They do it all, basically. I also partner with another company if you want to do a career assessment. So that way you can figure out what it is that you want to do if you happen to be lost about your career choices. And of course, I'll link it down in the description box. So let's go ahead and name off some companies that you may apply to, until you can really get what you want. So the first one I will say is Kelly Education. I work with Kelly as a substitute sometimes, maybe once out of the week. I really love it. I enjoy working with kids. I thought I wanted to become a teacher, and that's why I really started substituting after I left social services. I started substituting because I said, hey, you know what? I really want to be a special ed teacher now. It's always been in the back of my mind. Let me use this time now to go for it. So yeah, that's something to consider. You can make your own schedule. You get paid every week. It's not a whole lot, of course, but Substituting is something, and depending on where you are, I'm in Georgia, but Kelly education is an option. But if you, especially like in the Atlanta area, I do believe that they're not associated with Kelly education. To my understanding, it's straight through the school district, but I believe they pay their substitutes about $200 a day. So that's something that you could do until you get on your feet. Another thing that you could do is, look for temp agencies. Express Employment is like a large one. Robert Half, um, Randstad. Those are some different tip companies. Now, I will say that, of course, get your resume together. If not, sometimes the recruiters will help you put together a resume. Just ask for the help that you need. Um, Sometimes it's a free service or whatever. Sometimes it's not. You could go to your local Goodwill if you have one. They have employment services there. That's an option. Also, um, again, word of mouth, asking people that you know, hey, I'm looking for a job. Um, what's going on here? Look for open interviews. Look for open interviews. Sometimes I ride by places and they say, hey, we're having open interviews from such and such. Come in at this time if you want to interview. So don't give up on yourself. I know it can be stressful. I know it can be depressing. Of course, I've been there. That's why I try to put these life experiences that I've gone through out, because I'm like, well, you never know when your story can help somebody else. So don't stress yourself out. It'll all work out for you. Keep applying yourself. Look for freelance opportunities. Just don't give up on yourself. Build your skill set up, build your skills, look for any free certifications online. That way you can start building your skill set. So when there are some other opportunities, you may be able to jump at them as well. So that's it. That's all. Good luck.